I'm gonna need Black MAGA to make their way to the front of the class. That includes Nelly, Snoop Dogg, NBA Youngboy, Kanye West, Waka Flocka, and of course Nicki Minaj. Because what is this? This man has been showing racist behavior, but because y'all are hell bent on aligning yourselves with this fool, when he clearly sees you as animals. Because be clear, this isn't how he feels about just the Obamas. This is how he feels about black people in general. He is yet to apologize because he doesn't believe he has done anything wrong. And the White House even tried to stand on it. And this is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public. Caroline Levitt. But in this video, we are going to talk about Miss Nicki Minaj, who has been trending all week for choosing to alienate the very people that supported her and got her to where she is today. Also align herself with bigots that see her no differently than this. Yes, MAGA Minaj, go sit down and don't get back up. I really wanted to leave this woman back in 2025 where she belongs. I hate that I ever supported this woman and her music. She is garbage. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Where do I even begin with this chick? Coming on stage looking wide as all get out with that stupid coat on, and I'm not trying to body shame anyone that's overweight. I'm strictly coming for this heifer. And before I begin, we are all adults. We can align with whatever political party we choose. We can support any political candidate that we want. My anger with this woman isn't just about who she is aligning with, but how she's choosing to go about it. What is it about MAGA that in order to get in good with the party, the prerequisite seems to be that black and brown folks have to crap all over their own racial demographic to gain temporary entry?
I don't know if he even knows this, but he's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys and to win and to do it with your head held high and your integrity intact. I am probably the president's #1 fan.
What exactly are you a fan of? The fact that he is all up and through those Epstein files and hasn't served a day in prison for his alleged crimes against children? Something you clearly want to see happen for the men in your family, like that deadbeat offender you married and that deviant you call a brother.
We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work, okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him. Amen.
Girl, then you have the audacity to say that we are bullying him. Were you high when you gave this speech? Because the American people, Canada, Greenland, hell, damn near the whole world hasn't had a moment of peace since he has been sworn back in. So who is really bullying who? And it's so obvious why you are on your crusty little knees kissing his shitty pamper because of what you thought standing next to him was going to do for you personally. And you've gained nothing. MAGA isn't going to support your music. They see you as the trash that you are. Sitting up there talking down on black women to uplift white women, are you okay?
If as black women we felt that we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty, if we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women? Amen. Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty. Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful. Amen. Why shouldn't she feel that? Why have we gotten to a point where certain colors or certain kinds of people have to be afraid of loving themselves and loving the way they look? Mm-hmm. Like, isn't that wild?
No, what's wild is the way that you're sitting up here lying. I love all my black people in the diaspora, I really do, but a lot of y'all like to invalidate the experiences of African Americans from this country because you haven't personally experienced it. Let's tell the truth and state facts. Black women have always been ostracized and ridiculed for their looks since we came to this country, and it still goes on today. In honor of Black History, Nicki Minaj will not go and sit her fake behind on stages and rewrite history. I come with receipts on who's been bullying who for their looks.
Did you know that in the late 18th century, black women in Louisiana were legally required to cover their hair? In 1786, the Spanish colonial government in Louisiana passed the Tignon laws. These laws forced black women, both enslaved and free, to wear a tignon, a headscarf to cover their hair. The purpose was to diminish their visibility and control their perceived influence, particularly as black and Creole women were seen as rivals to white women in appearance and social presence. Let's face it, racial superiority was the ultimate goal. They wanted control not only of the labor of black women, but also their mindset. The Tignon laws were another way to enforce the concept that black women, free or enslaved, were not deserving of even the most basic of freedom.
So jealous of the black woman. They forever are, and most of them will be, just because historically they've always been jealous that they took it upon themselves to over exaggerate our features, our skin colors, our smiles, and make us look like literal clowns. They gave us super dark skin as if all of us were born with the same skin color. They dressed us up in head wraps as if they didn't make the law that we had to cover our heads because they men was so enamored with our crowns. And the smiles were just ridiculous. It looked like something from Welcome to Dairy. It was crazy. Mammy Doll originally was created to remind black people, specifically black women, that you can't be shit. You won't be shit. You're only anything if I allow you to be. It is made up in capitalism, colonialism. It's anti-black as fuck.
We're back now with a movement to fight discrimination based on how people wear their hair. We've seen the stories, black children being forced to remove their braids, even having their hair cut without parental permission, allegedly due to a school dress code. Well, now a new bill could stop that from happening. GMA contributor Megan Wright is here with the story. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning. The legislation is called the Crown Act and helps to stop prejudice in schools and workplaces. This segment is sponsored by Dove, one of the leaders of the movement to get the law passed. I spoke to an Oscar winner and a young girl who are also joining the fight against this kind of injustice. Take a look.
Curls, twists, braids, and locks. These natural hairstyles are popular in the black community. But many workplaces and schools have policies that discourage them. But there's a growing movement to hopefully change that. Filmmaker Matthew Cherry created the animated short film Hair Love. The 7-minute short tells the story of a father learning how to do his daughter's hair for the first time.
That was so much fun.
The film earning Cherry an Oscar and a platform that he used to introduce audiences to new legislation.
Hair Love was done because we wanted to see more representation in animation. We wanted to normalize black hair. There's a very important issue that's out there. It's the Crown Act.
The Crown Act is a bill that demands protection against race-based hair discrimination in the workplace and in schools. The word crown holds the message, creating a respectful and more open world for natural hair.
And what did this topic have to do with anything? And I can't speak for every black woman, but myself and the black women that I rock with, we don't give a flying you know what about any race of woman and what she has going on. The majority of us are grown and got real life issues going on to be worried about what the next woman is doing. Nicki is projecting because she sits around on that fake inflated ass, worried about what the new rap girlies are doing and who's outselling who and who's copying who, where you're not even original. Stole Little Kim's whole Barbie gimmick and ran with it, acting like she didn't exist before you, burning bridges everywhere you go because you don't know how to play nice with others. And you know you're doing all this fake performative BS because you think that this MAGA base is going to embrace you, and look at how fast it blew up in your face. She hopped online flashing that little gold card, fronting and acting like she was playing chess with these people, when all the while she's being used like the useful idiot that she is, acting like all this brown nosing was fast tracking her to citizenship with this little post. Residency, residency. The cope is coping. Finalizing that citizenship paperwork as we speak, as per my wonderful, gracious, charming president. Thanks to the president, I wouldn't have done it without you. Oh, Citizen Nika, you are the moment. Gold Trump card free of charge. And what's that word you used? Whelp? Yeah, that's the sound you made. When the White House quickly let it be known, no, you fool, this isn't the authentic gold card that grants you residency. You have to pay to play. The price is the price.
Very excitingly for me and for the country, we've just launched the Trump Gold Card. It was about 30 minutes from now. The site goes up and all funds go to the United States government. Could be a tremendous amount of money. It'll also be able to have people like this keep, as an example, just one example, there are a lot of examples, people just buying them. It's somewhat like a green card, but with big advantages over a green card. And companies are going to be able to go to the Wharton School of Finance, the Stern Business School, Harvard, MIT, wherever you may get your students, any school, and you're able to buy a card and keep that person in the United States, actually, so there's certainty, because I've heard from Tim Cook of Apple, and I've heard from a lot of people, some of the people at this table, that essentially in the United States you can't keep the student. You can't hire people from the best colleges because you don't know whether or not you can keep the person. They come and have the people get out. They throw the person out of the country. You graduate number one from your college, and there's no way of guaranteeing, I guess you could say, there's no way of guaranteeing that they're able to stay in the country. Howard, maybe you'll give a little description of the Trump Gold Card, please.
Sure. So for an individual, it's $1 million, and for a corporation, it's $2 million. And as the president said, for a corporation, they spend $2 million. They can then have an employee, full vetting, the best vetting the government has ever done, $15,000 vetting to make sure these people absolutely qualify to be in America.
And what's most diabolical is, what would it have hurt to let her have this little nana boo boo moment and let her strut around having people think that she was gifted this card for being Team 47? At the end of the day, she and the administration know the truth of her true status in this country, but I believe it was because MAGA had a problem with her claiming that she didn't have to pay. So they quickly put it out there that it was a memento to commemorate you selling your soul for the opportunity to cradle his decrepit hand in yours. And as a consolation prize, you get the privilege of viewing his wife's whack-ass documentary. And if I were you, Nicki, I'd have my guard up with all these MAGA invites, because once you cease to be of use to him, don't be surprised when he has ICE waiting to cart away you, your felon, and your anchor baby, when being seen with you no longer serves him. And to the barbs, especially the ones in the LGBTQ plus community that still are going up for her and defending her, she has shown you who she is. Believe her. You defending her is as futile as her defending him. And I must touch on one more thing. Her thinking that she has some kind of moral standing because now she's conservative is strange. She is constantly cozying up to predators and then acting like she cares so much for the welfare of children. She's putting the industry on blast like she wasn't very much with the shits when she was at the height of her popularity. She posted this on Grammy night. Your favorite artists have been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate them as a form of blood sacrifice to their God. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. And I believe her. So many disturbing things have come out of those files involving the elite and your favorite president. So if you're so against it, why are you endorsing it through your allegiance to him? As they do their ritual tonight, God Almighty will reveal himself to them. The ritual will backfire on them. God will not be mocked. Blessed in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Every tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned, put to shame. Watch. And is that a magic wand? Okay, girl. And she's putting the industry on blast like she wasn't very much with the shits when she was at the height of her popularity. Her alleged drug use must be tampering with her memory, but I'm a good friend. I'm gonna remind you, girl. Wasn't this you performing some satanic rituals of your own at the 2011, 2012 Grammys?
Nicki Minaj has responded to her controversial Grammy performance. Yesterday, the Catholic League slammed Nicki's performance of Roman Holiday, saying, quote, perhaps the most vulgar part was the sexual statement that showed a scantily clad female dancer stretching backwards while an altar boy knelt between her legs in prayer. Now, Nicki explained her take on it to Ryan Seacrest, saying it was sort of like Roman's coming out party, and she thought the performance was a total success. She said, quote, it's funny because it was the most comfortable I've been in my entire life. So, guess she won't be apologizing anytime soon. But really, we weren't expecting her to.
Miss Pinkwig, you are a hypocrite, you have no integrity, and it's becoming evident why you don't have any allies anywhere. I mean, Waka Flocka did publicly say he stands with you, but what kind of endorsement is that? All of this nonsense to gain citizenship when you've been in this country over 30 years and have financial means and resources to have gained citizenship a long time ago without having to set fire to your legacy. But this is how you're choosing to go out, so oh well. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Are y'all sticking beside her? Are you separating the art from the artiste? Let me know down in the comments below. And to all my new subscribers, welcome and thank you so much for subscribing.